All right, for where we're at now, we've got the Three of Wands in reverse, we've got the Two of Wands, and we've got the Queen of Wands. So it looks like we have a lot of ideas, a lot of ideas, a lot of ambition, a lot of drive, and that is definitely Aries energy. So the right people are showing up, the right people are watching this meeting. But what we're having some issues here for some. For some, we are full of ideas. We've been planning, we've got a lot of passion, we've got a lot of drive, but there's something kind of holding us back here with this Two of Wands reverse. I think we're stuck with some decisions about how we move forward with this business venture or how we move forward in this new relationship. There's the desire there. There are the ideas there. It's just how do we move forward with this too? There's some we're just kind of stuck with decision making for some. Or that's the 3-1, sorry, with moving forward, which 3 is about the action of moving forward. And then we have the 2 of Wands upright. So some of you are dealing with some fears of moving forward, I think, with your business venture, with your promotion, with job, at work, or in relationships. Because I feel like kind of that's where this is all going here. So for some, it's relationships. For some, it's finding that person. For some, this is at work. You know, Aries is ambitious. The Emperor is who I think of as ambitious. So again, more decisions. So we've got the 2 of Wands and then the 3 of Wands reversed of where you're at now. And then we have our Queen of Wands. So for some of you, you're doing the work, and this queen is in touch with her shadow. This queen is fully aware of who she is or who they are. They know what their skills are. They know what their abilities are. They know what their talents are. They know what they bring to the table, and fully in touch with who they are, both light and dark. This cat here represents a shadow. They've been doing the work. They've been, you know, kind of incorporating that into their, it's like, okay, now how do we move forward as this new person who is fully aware of who they are, right? So we've been doing this work. We are healing these things from our past. We are doing, you know, therapy or whatever it is we're doing, and we're ready to move forward, but it's like, okay, now what? Now what do I do? How do I implement this? How do I live in this new way of being for some, okay? I feel like I need to no, I think we're good there. But I think it's amazing that all this wand energy has come up. Also feel like there's a lot of solar plexus stuff going on here. And I think for some with these reverse here is confidence and courage is needed. And, you know, just kind of continuing to build, since we're in the 1, I mean, we're in the 2 and the 3 for some people, is continuing to work on solar plexus. That's just coming to me. Solar plexus affirmations and continuing to build on knowing who I am, knowing my life's purpose, and kind of building the self up to be able to move forward, because we're entering into new territory. That's what I feel here. It's like a lot of us are entering into new territory, and breaking through new ground here. It's like we're getting out of that the sevens. I feel like we're breaking out the 7s. Okay. So what has been blocking the collective? What has been blocking us from growth? What needs releasing during this cycle? Okay. We have the 8 of Swords in reverse, the 4 of Cups in reverse, the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Page of Swords in reverse. All right, give me a second here. I mean, this goes with these wand energy and the solar plexus energy with this 8 of Swords in reverse. This is about, you know, self-limiting beliefs, self-imposed prisons. We hold ourselves back. We limit ourselves from leaving the comforts of what we know, whether that's at home or that's, you know, maybe being afraid to move forward in a job, or maybe move forward in a relationship. Are these self-limiting beliefs with this 8 of Swords in reverse? And these are in our mind, right? So the swords rule our thoughts and our attitudes and our perceptions. And that's going to shape how we see the world around us. And it's connected to the heart chakra. It's going to affect how we, you know, show compassion to ourselves and to others. And then we have the 4 of Cups in reverse. This is about a couple of things. Internal, checking in internally. I mean, upright, you know, this can be about apathy, but I'm not getting that with it being in reverse. It could be about receiving messages. I'm just not getting that. What I'm getting here is that There's a need for a regular check-in with self. And so I'm going to get to what needs releasing, what that looks like, okay? And then this Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is about self. So this particular card cluster that I'm reading, again, is about what is blocking us from growth, what needs releasing in order for us to move forward with our goals and being the person we want to be, or getting the job we want to get, or meeting the person we want to get. So what's blocking us here is us. I mean, this is pretty consistent here. Eight of Swords is about self-limiting beliefs. This Four of Cups, this person is, isolated, withdrawn. Nine of Pentacles, this is about her alone, or them alone, meeting their own needs. And then this Page of Swords in reverse is I'm getting, inner critic, being critical of the self. So what's blocking us is really some of the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. I could go from here and say what intentions could be set. So some ideas here is definitely checking in every day with meditation. And then what does it look like to meet our own needs? I'm thinking of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, of root chakra stuff. I'm not thinking of like, hey, paying our bills, okay? Because we're not talking about, the physical in that sense. We're talking about our energy. We're talking about our emotional security and our emotional well-being in this type of a spread. This is a type of shadow work spread for this purpose, okay? Are we relying on outside sources to meet those needs? Are we taking the time to meet our own needs, to make our own selves feel safe? And what does that even look like? And then with this Eight of Swords in reverse, I used the word pattern when I wrote out this tarot spread tonight for y'all. The next question is, where do I need to place my focus this moon cycle to break patterns that are holding me back? And this Eight of Swords, 8 is about patterns, and it's a karmic number. It's a karmic number, and it really is about breaking those cycles. When I think of the number 8, I think of like a cycle. And this is a pattern of behavior. We start making progress. This is for somebody specifically, for people specifically. We start making progress and we start doing good. And then these thoughts start coming in, limiting us. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't know if I have the discipline enough to do this. I'm not thin enough. I'm not, whatever they are. Okay. They start coming in back here with this inner critic here. And I call this card the inner critic because she is young. And typically the inner critic is, our inner child, our wounded inner child, okay? And, upright, this page can be defensive and curious and inquisitive, asking lots of questions about how things work. And part of this inner critic here is to shut things down and to keep us from looking inward, So remember, swords rule the heart and the heart chakra and the mind and the intuition. And this is about internal alignment, stopping and looking inside when it's in reverse. So all of this right here is really what's blocking us, not taking that time consistently to be able to stop, look inward, spend time in meditation, dealing with our feelings. I mean, there's no say, yeah, we've got it almost all covered here. We got a bunch of wands is where we're at, a bunch of passion, a bunch of drive, a bunch of ideas, a bunch of determination. It's like, yes, it's the beginning. Let's get this done. And then our blockage are the rest of the suits, pentacles, swords, and cups, and, we're not aligned in the heart, the head, and then in the flow of emotions with the sacral chakra here and this cup. So it's like, I feel like for a lot of us, we've been here before, right? We've been here before. We've been working on ourselves. We've been getting better. We're feeling good about things. Things are starting to progress. And then we get to this place, and then these thoughts creep in. This critic comes in telling us things. The feelings start to come up with this cups, but then we don't take the time to address them. I mean, they're scary. I mean, I've been there a million times. And then we start reaching out around us for other ways to meet our needs instead of meeting them ourselves. And this is what's blocking us. And this is for overall, I believe, as a collective. Those of us who are tapping into the power of the new moon and trying to do this, you know, use the moon to manifest what we need to do. I don't think I need to go any further. And then as far as where do we need to place our focus this moon cycle to break these patterns that have been holding us back? We've got the King of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the Fool. Optimism, excitement, joy. Expecting victory, expecting victory, expecting victory, expecting victory, expecting success. Because over here with this Eight of Swords, I've got to stop using the foil card. I love these cards. It's my new deck. And this Page of Swords telling us we're not going to be able to do this. We're going to fail. This relationship isn't going to work out. This person's not good enough. Or we're not going to get this promotion. Why even bother trying? Or I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. This Six of Swords, I mean, the Six of Wands is saying, you know, this is about victory. This is about, you know, expecting to get recognized for the work that we're putting forward and to get the reward this time. And then the King of Pentacles. This is about abundance and creating that life of abundance and having a wealth and abundant mindset. And I really, what I'm getting strongly from this with this Fool is this is really about changing the way we think. Because all of these are about, well, there's some swords over here mostly. But this is about changing the way we think. And how do we do that? How do we do that? We do that with affirmations. We have to rewire the way that our brain responds to the potential for success for a lot of us. And I know for me, there's a fear of failure. So what does our inner critic do? This little Page of Swords in reverse. You shouldn't do that, or you don't have to do that, or why don't you do this instead? You know, like get us distracted or whatever. And we got more wands here. It's like progressing on. But this is about stepping out into the limelight. This is about, you know, being rewarded for all of the work and to expect that to happen. And what does that look like? How do we do that? 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 This damn eye. How do we do that? It's here. It's about the solar plexus. It's about power. It's about our power. And then this eight, the eight is about power, not only karma, but power. It's about taking power, assuming power, and pushing through. And so when we are like this, with this reverse Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Swords in reverse, Page of Swords in reverse, for when we're in this state of mind, and we're trying to become the King of Pentacles and the Queen, and we're trying to move forward for the Six of Wands, this public accolade, you know, to be victorious, to have success. We have to push. This is going to require us to push through. This is what it's telling me. This eight is going to require us to push through ourselves. But, you know, when we start feeling those insecurities, it's like habit. What's your habit? What is your habit when you start feeling insecure? When you start feeling and doubting yourself? What's your pattern? I know my pattern is a couple of things. Food, checking out, social media, going on a date nap, swiping around, getting distracted by, you know, I don't know, potential whatever. A procrastination is another one for me. Procrastination. I get stuck in analysis paralysis and decision making, like this Two of Wands here. Like I just get stuck with decisions and then I can't move forward with this Three of Wands. I mean, this is, I fit in this category too, right here, of where we are at now. Our affirmations, I think, have to be focused on this root chakra. You know, meeting our own needs, right? Emotionally, energetically, spiritually, being optimistic. That's going to have to happen with some affirmations, you know? And I'm working on this. Like I just went blank because I'm having to write some of my own, about my own goals. And they're not quite natural to me right now. What I'm being asked to do is unnatural and it's kind of scary. But I'm going to get a couple more cards on that because I want to make sure that I kind of cover everything here. What is the King of Pentacles as a doer? You know, the king is a doer. So I also feel like this is telling, you know, queens are passive. So over here, what are we? We're the Queen of Wands. And queens do more with influencing. We're being asked over here and putting our focus in being and doing. And the King of Pentacles is about focusing on abundance and prosperity. So even if you're here for love, what this is saying is that let's focus on building, you know, abundance and wealth and meeting your needs from an emotional level all the way through to financial, or whatever that looks like. Because I feel like you have ideas. I feel like you all have ideas about how to make some extra money, about how to, I don't know, you have projects, you have things you want to create and sell, or you know, or maybe there's a job you've been wanting to go after. You know, even financially, needing to meet our needs. I know, you know, and it's about doing. We're moving on from the Queen, who's about influencing things to happen, on to the King, who's about doing things and making it happen. And, you know, this Fool just steps off the cliff. Just does it. I get stuck here, planning. That's another way I procrastinate, is I get stuck planning. Oh, I need a spreadsheet for that, or I need a thing for that, or I need a thing for that. And then I don't move forward in action in Wands. But let me see if there's anything else here for what intentions. I mean, I'm sorry, where we need to place our focus and what the intentions look like. King of Swords. On the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is telling us, don't start something new. Let's go with what we've been planning and what we're doing. Something too, like new ideas pop up, get distracted. And I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is saying, don't focus on something new. The idea you have is great. The plan you were on is great. What you were thinking about doing is great. Stick with that. We're talking about overcoming obstacles with this Eight of Swords. We're talking about breaking patterns, you know, and that's what this Aries new moon is. It's the start of the new astrological year. It's an opportunity for rebooting. It's like, okay, I'm not happy with how things were going. It doesn't mean we need to change what it is we wanted to do or where we wanted to go. It just means we need to maybe rethink how we were trying to get there. So don't give up on your ideas. Don't give up on your plans. Don't give up on what you want. That's not what this is about. And I really feel that very strong with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I've also got now the Knight of Swords. And I think that's fantastic, because remember, what's blocking us is this Page of Swords in reverse. We talked about the inner critic or the inner child, or, you know, the way that we criticize ourselves and the way we talk to ourselves. We're being asked to be the Knight of Swords with our communication. And then this one's not hasty and doesn't look like kooky. Like in some of the other decks, you know, the Knight of Swords can look like, I always think mental illness sometimes when I see the Rider-Waite version, because he's like, kind of like, And this one, he is more focused. You know, he's got protective armor on, okay? And this sword is right in front of him. And the sword does rule the heart chakra all the way up. It's all covered. Our communication, our intuition, our crown. And I feel like what this is saying is work on the upper chakras. We need to work on the upper chakras. We're going to work on the heart chakra, the throat chakra. These are the spiritual chakras. And we got to work on this part here. So looking at affirmations for those. So what does that look like for you? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you journal? What do you do to get this turned right side up, to get centered? Whenever I see this Four of Cups, I always think of the Ace of Cups, like a second chance. You know, all of the aces have that hand coming to them with the gift of the suit. And here we have this Four of Cups. I just don't agree with some of the other interpretations. Here I see another cup coming in the Four. The Four is about stability and emotional stability. So I feel like that's something that's being offered too, is when we get quiet, there's emotional stability being offered to us. You know, and remember, cups do rule the sacral chakra, okay? And that is where the seat of self is. That's where we store our anger, okay? That's where our creativity flows. And Aries is the number 2. Aries is the Emperor. That's number 4. It is about stability. It is about structure. It is about routine and ambition. And it is also the element of fire. You know, so and think about the way fire consumes things. So, you know, I feel like someone needs to hear that the Emperor does have routine and he is structured. The Aries is Emperor. But he is ready to discard routines and things that no longer serve him when he assesses that this does no longer work. So he is flexible. He is not rigid unless he's upside down. Okay, so flexibility is going to be really important here. I feel like that's important for me to mention. Flexibility and being open to new ways of doing things, because we're trying to break patterns. So when you feel inclined to do something the same way, okay, wait a minute, what do I need to do? Put yourself out there with this Six of Wands. Speak up in your meetings at work. Bring that idea to your boss or your coworker or whomever that idea is for, or in your volunteer groups. You know, put yourself out there. I don't care how afraid you are. This is about pushing. Remember, number 8. 8 assumes power. It makes its way forward. When we're talking about numerology, that's how we break our patterns. We push through obstacles. And here's the fantastic thing about number 8 in numerology. Karma is king. But when we assume power, it guarantees victory. It's also a number that has to do with business. So if you're an entrepreneur and you own your own business, you're guaranteed success through this process of pushing through. Is it going to be a little uncomfortable? I think so. He does have his armor on. He does have his armor on. But we're going to be optimistic. 0 is the number of the divine. So this also, I feel compelled to tell you that you're not alone on this journey. Whatever it is you believe, whether you believe in angels or the Mother Goddess or God or Jesus or whoever you or Buddha, whoever you believe in, your higher self, you are not alone on this journey. You are being guided divinely. What's happening here with this upside down 4 of Cups is that we as a collective, and I am guilty of this, trust me, I'm guilty of this. I have a group of 3. I call them the 3 Stregas. They're Italian, old witches. And they were yelling at me over something. And that's love us. We do it. That's what Italians do. We yell at each other. They were yelling at me, telling me that not only do I not shut up, but even when I do shut up, my brain doesn't stop. They think all the time. And they wanted me to focus on learning to channel better. Because, I mean, I talk to them when they come to me. But I was struggling with making myself get quiet because I got into all the doing. I got into all this wand energy, just doing. But then I got stuck with going forward. And so I was being advised to learn to take the time to sit down. So now I do it every day at 10 a.m. That's the time we picked. And I channel. And if you need help with that, that is something I can help you with. And I get guidance. And I'm learning to now pause. And I feel like that's what this 4 of Cups is saying, is we pause. And in the beginning, you weren't tuned in. I did a little breathing exercise. We took a couple of belly breaths in. And once you get kind of a little relaxed, think about your butt rising out of the seat and you coming up here. So rising a few inches out of yourself, out of your head, up above here, into that crown chakra. So you can get out of the physical realm, out of the logical mind, and then up here. That's how we've got to raise our vibration, and then we connect in and we get that guidance. And when we do that, we're able to learn to meet our own needs. We're able to deal with that inner critic and those fears of imposter syndrome or not being good enough. Because remember, the 8 of Swords is about self-imposed prisons. And it is all about the mind. And when these thoughts are saying all these things to us in the back of our mind, sometimes it's not clear. You know, for me, it wasn't very clear. I have complex trauma, so it was kind of hidden under there. But it showed up in the form of self-sabotage in a lot of ways. That shapes our view of the world, how we give and receive compassion to ourselves, to others, our attitudes, and our beliefs. That's all ruled by the heart, the throat, third eye, crown. That's swords. And these are all things that are blocking us right now from moving forward. So our focus is that I believe that for the collective, for all of us, me included, because I feel like my shit just got called out all over the place here too, is to be positive, be optimistic, expect good things, expect good things, expect good things, expect good things. The rug is not going to be yanked out from underneath you. Okay? Don't change course. Don't change your goals with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Don't change course. This tells me there might be some delays, but we have to learn to be that number 8 and push through And if we're staying in connected with our higher self, with the divine, with whomever, your gods, your goddesses, your angels, your ancestors, your guides, it's just a delay. We will know that we'll be able to push through. I don't know about you, but when things don't work out for me, boy, do these upside down swords start really going nuts up in here. Okay? So stay the course. There might be some delays, but we're going to push through that. So we're going to listen to the way that we talk to ourselves, this Knight of Swords. And we're going to change the way we talk to ourselves by adding affirmations. Heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, crown chakra, root. You know where you're lacking. But definitely I feel like overall, we're being called from the spiritual here. And then that root chakra, because it's important that we stay grounded. And with this Nine of Pentacles being upside down as a blockage, I mean, Pentacles is earth. It is the root chakra. So there's going to be needing, the need to earth and to ground ourselves. One of my favorite crystals for grounding myself, tourmaline. I love tourmaline, black tourmaline. This is one of my new ones. It's septarian, agate. Crystals can help too, but I mean, really literally get on the earth. But root chakra affirmations, look them up, find what fits for you. Say your affirmations every day. I tape them to my mirror. I put them on my dash in my car. You don't have to believe affirmations, but let's work affirmations in for where you are lacking. So looking up root chakra, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Making time to meditate and get quiet of some way. You can use a guided meditation. Look up guided meditations for getting centered, or whatever it is you and your specific issue, whatever you need to do for you. And then we're going to put one foot in front of the other and be this King of Pentacles. We're going to start making a plan for what we want for abundance. We're going to take action. We're going to get out of the planning phase. We're going to take freaking action because we are the King of Pentacles. Look, I use these cards. I am the Queen of Wands. I am the King of Pentacles. And I say that crap. And we can call on the power of the King of Pentacles to be able to move forward with the abundance and the prosperity that we want. Study the King of Pentacles. Look up the King of Pentacles. How can you channel that energy this moon cycle to manifest what it is you want? One of the things that's super important when it comes to manifestation is our vibrations. We can say, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I want this. But what do you feel like you deserve? What do you really believe will happen? Because I can see that many of us want to be successful financially and, starting new businesses. There's some of that here. I see that here. Advancing at work, getting a raise. Some of us, are wanting to do things like what I'm doing with my live readings. Come out. Get some recognition, maybe get some awards at work, or be recognized for the good that we're doing at work. Get a promotion, get a raise, seeing that here. We want to advance in this new person that we are. We've got all of this passion and drive to do it. We're stuck at 2 and 3. And then our head comes in, and these swords. And I forgot where the F I was going with that. I just forgot. The sacral chakra. I forgot about that. But that's going to help when you get that time meditating. And I really feel like the most important thing about this Four of Cups is making that time to get quiet. Our stability comes, our emotional stability comes when we take the time to meet with ourselves, to get quiet with ourselves. And it's not even really about connecting up there, because one of the first things my spirit guide taught me, Diodata, when I was trying to learn to meditate, and I was kind of like doing this thing where I was reaching out like this little tentacle, like, who do I connect to? And she said to me, who has been with you your whole life and never left you? Who has always been with you through everything? She said, you. So she said, you need to learn to connect and anchor. Taught me to anchor. You need to learn to anchor to yourself, because you have to learn to count on yourself. And for some of us, that's right. For some of us, that means repairing the relationship with self. And that's where that upside down Page of Swords comes in. This is our inner child self. And when's the last time you took the time to just close your eyes, take a big deep breath in, and I know this sounds corny, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I picture this hook coming from here, and this door opening, and a hook. I'm from Tennessee, there's always hooks and cords on backs of trucks, okay? Hook it in here as I exhale. And when I tell you the sense of relief that I felt the very first time I did it, I could cry right now, to connect with myself. I didn't realize how much I was not coming back to self on this Nine of Pentacles. And I was scared of that, but it's not a scary place. Okay, so if we want to move forward this month, we have to make time to get quiet, to meditate, to figure out the affirmations we need. I'm saying upper chakras are really on fire, really, 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 really. We're being, especially here, I'm feeling all this here, mostly, a lot. Pineal gland. Listen to some pineal gland stimulation music on YouTube. I'm feeling that. Whew. Being optimistic, that's going to happen with affirmations. And then just putting one foot in front of the other. You know what? So what if you make a wrong decision? Some of you are stuck at this Two of Swords. So what if you make a wrong decision? What's going to happen? You're going to, what's going to happen? What's really going to happen? There's no wrong or right decision here. We're learning to we're learning to do this, right? We're moving forward. Are we going to make a decision and then not like, let's not even look at it mistakes. Are we going to make a decision and maybe not like the results? Okay. What I feel Spirit is saying to you is there's no wrong or right decision here. We make a choice, and then if we don't like the results, then we don't have to make that choice again. Let's look at this as an experience, a joyful and exciting endeavor, whether it's a new relationship, a new job, a new business, whatever it is you're trying to move forward. There was a time when I started this work, my goals were to brush my teeth and take a shower every day and to go to bed on time. And that's okay if that's where you're at, because that's where I was at last August. Okay? So don't compare your recovery and where you're at to someone else either. Because if for you, that's where you're at, heck yeah, man. That's where you're at. And that's what you do. And then you work from there. Wherever it is you're at, you make your list of the things you want to accomplish. And then you find affirmations. If you feel these number 8 of Swords, self-limiting beliefs come up, write them down. Don't run from them. Don't run from them. And that's what this Knight of Swords is doing. This Knight of Swords is facing that reverse page of Swords. Head on. I'm not going to be afraid of those thoughts. We're going to write them down. We're going to look at them. We're going to acknowledge them. And then we're going to find an affirmation that's the opposite. Affirmations and intentions are written in present tense. I know my life's purpose, and I have all the tools I need to move forward in it. Okay, so if I'm writing an intent, one of my intentions that I'm continuing is I spend an hour every day connecting with my spirit guide team. I wrote that as if it's happening. Another one is because I get stuck on decision making. Like I get paralyzed. That 7 of damn cups, I just get stuck there. I'm terrified to make decisions. And one of the intentions that I got when I did the same spread for myself was that I need to take that time to connect, rise up out of my seat, and weigh my options, pros and cons, and then just make a damn decision. So I trust myself to make decisions and learn from the results. It's it. I'm not gonna, nothing is life or death here for me on these decisions. And I've had to add some affirmations in for my crown chakra, and I'm working on solar plexus stuff too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull some activation cards. I'm just gonna do one activation card by sign for what you need. Sacred geometry, love it. What it does is, boop, 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 like a computer in your subconscious mind to activate what needs activating, because I feel like what's happening for so many of us is that we're going into new territory. Good job. That means you've been doing the work. Going to new territory, walking as a person you've never been before. And you know what? That brings its new set of fears. And that's okay too. These cards are going to help with that. Okay. So let me give it a shuffle really quick. One more. I don't know who's calling me here. This daggum eye. All right, so I'm going to go backwards because I've done a few readings and I only get halfway through and then I've just not gone back to finish them. That's really driving my Virgo moon crazy. So I feel like I haven't got to Pisces in a while, and the last few signs. I'm going to go backwards from Pisces and work my way through to Aries to make sure that they get what they came for, because I haven't been able to put anything up for them because I have these great ideas and then I try it out and I'm like, wow, that was really intense, and then I don't go back and finish them, and my perfectionist Virgo in me is like really freaking out about that. All right, so Pisces, what does Pisces need for this new cycle to move forward with these intentions? So Pisces, can I have a card for Pisces, please? And so, I mean, if you're on your phone, I would suggest screenshotting it. Okay, I'm going to do one card. I'm going to do one card. As much as I want to, let's just do one. One card, please, for Pisces. There we go. Pisces, we've got the heart chakra. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and body. So this is for Pisces, activation of the heart chakra. And they got the number 4. So they can screenshot this. All of you look at it. It'll activate your heart chakra anyway. So there you go. All right. Aquarius. What does Aquarius need? I'm going to put this back in here in case they need it too. What does Aquarius need for this new cycle? What activation does Aquarius need? Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. One card, please. Oh, that didn't jump. Almost. Aquarius. One card, please. All right. We got universal love. The frequency of universal love activates a connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. This has got tons of blue for the throat chakra, green for the heart chakra, yellow for some nose green, and then looks like root chakra. So this is for Aquarius. The sacred geometry activation, wow, number 44. That's incredible. Considering especially too that the last one was 4 and the Emperor is 4. Okay, universal love, number 44 for Aquarius. All right, can I get a card for Capricorn? Did I do that right? I think I did. Capricorn for this moon cycle, please. Got the cosmic flower, number 81. There's that 8, breaking patterns. And then 1, it's a new beginning, a new way of being. So the frequency of the cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence into the world. You know, I talked about anchoring to self and finding that center in ourself. And that to me really is the core of like the root chakra, the self. I mean, like, you know, it's like that meaning of safety and security. Anyway, you got the cosmic flower, it's full of red. So this is for Capricorn. Number 81. Comes with the number 9. I also feel like you're being called to hermit. Really specifically hermit. With that 9. If you can get away to a retreat, Capricorn, let's do that. I'll put that back in here. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, please, can I get you a sacred geometry activation card for this moon cycle? Oh, that didn't make it. Sagittarius, please. Allowance. The frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow, the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. It made me think of the 3 of Wands, honestly. You know, and this color's got lots of green in here, some orange, more sacral chakra. The number is 9 as well. This has a lot to do with allowing these good things to come into your life, allowing love to come into your life, and removing those self-limiting beliefs is a way to allow that to happen. You know, we can block that stuff out because love, good things, exciting things can be scary because what if it's taken away from us? So we block that out. This card is going to help you allow these good things to come into your life. Scorpio. Scorpio for this moon cycle, please. Gaia, number 28. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and the universe that birthed us all. Got Gaia here, number 28. It's the number 10 when we reduce it, a 1 and a 0. So it's an end and a beginning. So this is going to help with ending some relationships for some Scorpios and then beginning. And then it's not, you know, you're not alone. You're guided by the divine with that 0. And there's that 8 again. We're breaking karmic patterns with that 8. We got some choices to make. And this is going to help. And I feel like for Scorpios, this has to do with relationships and connections to people, breaking some karmic, not good ones, and some choices. But we're going to push through, and this is going to really help with that. All right. And then before Scorpio, what do we have? What comes before Scorpio? Libra. Am I right? Yes, Libra. The Divine Feminine, number 21. The frequency of the Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creation. This is number 2 and 1. This is the Empress. Venus rules Libra. So I feel like Libra's being called to step into who they are fully and boldly. And this card's going to help with that. It looks like there's going to be some choices made with this too. And this card's going to help. And that's going to help them step into their power, into their calling, and into who they were created to be as that Empress. And then right now with Aries and this thing with Venus happening, this month's going to be a lot about the Divine Feminine for everyone. All right. And then for Libra is Virgo. So can I get a card for Virgo, please? All right. Virgo has Emergence, number 25. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds in this place. I mean, to me, this makes me think of the Fool that jumped up. This is the number 2 and the number 5. Choices, some change, but with this 5 brings change, but change brings liberation and freedom. Okay, so there's some choices that have to happen with this number 2. But this choice is going to bring some change. Just don't get stuck on the idea of change, okay, Virgo? The change brings liberation and freedom. And there's a lot of crown chakra in here, a lot of third eye, and a lot of root chakra. And then there's some throat chakra in there. And this card's going to help you. The change that we're in this cycle, Virgo, let's embrace it. We're going into unknown territory. I understand that. Liberation and freedom. It's a good place to be. This is going to help. We got some sacral chakra stuff going on here too. Okay. So we're going to keep pushing forward. Our key to making it through this is this connection up here and coming up and raising our vibration and getting up here with our spirit guides, our angels, our ancestors, your higher power, whatever that is for you. Okay. Leo. Can I get a card for Leo for this new moon cycle, please? Cosmic Flower. The frequency of Cosmic Flower activates the remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence into the world. Number 18, I forgot which one already had this, but it's showed up again for Leo. A lot of green, a lot of red, heart chakra, root chakra. What other colors in there? Looks like we have some thymus chakra. So there's some old stuff that's gonna, maybe need to be dealt with. And for those of you who are in this work and you've been doing this work, your healers, your shamans, your tarot readers, whatever, psychics, you have these abilities. This lighter blue is telling me, especially this Cosmic Flower saying remembering home, you may need to be doing some past life work and accessing Akashic records as well, because I don't feel like this is current life trauma. I feel like this may be past life and ancestral trauma that's in the thymus chakra, and it may be showing up as shoulder pain. I'm not sure, but I can't, it's both sides, but not for the same person, I don't think. So if you're having shoulder pain, and this is your sign, and you do this kind of work, and you've been doing shadow work, even if you don't call yourself any of those things, and you've gotten through a lot of trauma, underneath all that is ancestral and past life trauma. And I think that this is going to help getting that up. And then some dark blue around here too. So forgot who I just did that damn thing for now. Oh, that was Leo. Is that Leo? Yeah, that's Leo. Also, this has to do with connecting and anchoring to yourself. Getting in that place where you connect with self first, and then connect with the divine. The root chakra is the most solid color here. It's grounding and connecting with self. And if you need help with that, I do help with that too as well. Leo, Cancer. Can I get a card for Cancer? I'm a Cancer. All right, one card, please. Oh my God, these cards I think came up in our reading that I just did the other day, but we'll put them back. One card, please. One card for Cancer. Okay, no, one card for Cancer, please. Just one card. I'm doing one card tonight. Thank you. Heart chakra for Cancer. Hey, Scorpio. My fellow water sign. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and body. This is for Cancer. Heart chakra, number 4. The heart chakra connects our lower chakras to our lower chakras, which are our earthly chakras, to the upper, which are our spiritual chakras. And it's where everything flows through. So I know that Cancer has been going through it, dark night of the soul. They've been doing their stuff, doing their work. They've been doing healing. So it looks like the healing is going to continue as we are moving on. But this 4 tells me we're healing now. I don't feel like nothing traumatic is going to be coming up. You know, I think of the 4 of Swords. This is the heart chakra, the number 4. Swords rule the heart. So I'm thinking of 4 of Swords. Continue to rest. Make sure you're getting sleep, Cancer. Make sure you're sleeping. Our angels and whatnot heal us while we sleep. Drink lots of water. Drink some detox tea. Like I'm supposed to say that too. All right, Gemini. 1, 2, 3. Gemini. One card, please, for Gemini. One card, please, for Gemini. One card for Gemini. Transition, number 43. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow the transition to occur with ease and grace. The 4 and 3 are here, and I think of the Empress and the Emperor. And then the number 7, the Chariot. So for some of my Geminis, they were in the process of healing that masculine and feminine. And what a great time to do it, because it's Aries with Venus. I mean, that's literally the Emperor and the Empress doing its thing right now. And I think of the Lover's card. And it's Gemini's card. That's Gemini's card. And that is where that Kundalini energy rises with the Archangel Raphael. God heals. You've got the Tree of Life. You've got the Tree of Knowledge. Got the Kundalini snake in there. All 12 signs. It's about the integration of self and the healing that happens. And then becoming the Chariot, where now we have been integrated and now we move forward in this, as this new whole person, having integrated the shadow, healing the masculine and feminine, and now 7, which is very spiritual, connected. And that's why he's got those stars up there, connected to the divine, pushing forward through determination, self-will, solar plexus stuff. But this card, Transition, has a lot of indigo and purple and white in here. And so the way that the Chariot moves forward, the way that the Emperor and the Empress stay together to accomplish what needs to happen is through this connection, Gemini, okay? So here's your card, Transition. So what this is telling me that there's been some struggle and resistance, and this is gonna help with adjusting to this new way of being and moving forward. And I'm gonna look at it because I got a Gemini rising, and I could use this. All right, Taurus. Can I get a card for Taurus for this moon cycle, please? Taurus for this moon cycle, please. One card, please. Shit. One card for Taurus. One card for Taurus. One card for Taurus. All right, we got Alchemy, Taurus. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracle of transmutation. This is tons of orange in it, sacral chakra. The number is 8. Again, a number 8. 8, that 8 of Swords in reverse. It's about karma, breaking patterns, and also pushing through. Assuming power. No one's going to do it for us. We make something happen for us. It's no more sitting around making well, Taurus doesn't really do that. Well, you know, maybe this is a Taurus rising or something, but Taurus could do it too. I mean, we all suffer. It's making it happen. It's not going to happen for us. So this Alchemy card is going to help our Taurus. Okay, and then Aries. I hope I didn't skip anybody. Going backwards made it a little more challenging. All right, can I get a card for Aries, please, for their new moon in Aries? And Aries got Gaia, number 28. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother, the universe that birthed us all, full of blue, and this color here for the thymus chakra, a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow. Number 28, we got some choices that are karmic happening, needing to happen. They're going to happen this month, this moon cycle. And so call on the great mother to assist. This is spiritual, and you're going to have to speak some truths and feel some feelings. I think really feel very strongly about that. You're not going to get the relief that you need, Aries, until you say what you need to say. There's like really not a way to get out of this, because you're going to be disturbed and upset until you speak whatever it is that you've been holding back. This card's going to help with that. Remember, once you get past this indecision and push through with this number 8 and break this pattern of behavior, push through, assume power, you now have the number 10, which is an end and a beginning, being divinely guided. Okay? All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for joining me on this new moon in Aries read. If you want further help with doing shadow work, that's something that I do. You can check me out on my services page. Shoot me a DM. I would love to work with you. All right, y'all have a great night. The spirit in me recognizes, appreciates, values, and loves, and is connected infinitely to the spirit in you. As you work to free yourself, you help to free me. And as I do the same, we help free the collective. Have a great night. Thank you.